Winter is coming, and heavy storms are coming with it. With energy grids stretched thin, blackouts are no longer a question of if, but when. Here are 10 of the best ways to stay ahead of the curve. Number 1. Emergency lighting and light sources. The first thing you're going to need in a blackout is light. Trust me, you don't want to be stumbling around in the dark when there's a power outage. That's how accidents happen. The last thing you need during a power outage is falling down the stairs or running into a wall head first. So what kind of lighting do you need? Don't go thinking you can get by with just your phone flashlight. What will you do when it runs out of battery? Candles and oil lanterns are also a no-go. They may be able to provide you with a light and a source of heat, but all it takes is one accident and a blackout would be the least of your worries, not when your house is on fire. You want to get some emergency tap lights and flashlights, and don't forget to stock up on batteries or get solar lanterns that you can charge during the day. Another great option is glow sticks. They can only be used once, but they last hours and they can get you through the night. Plus, if you have kids, a glow stick can be a fun way for them to entertain themselves. Number 2. Food. During blackouts, your eating and cooking habits have to fit the situation. There'll be no heat, no refrigeration, and limited water, so always make sure that your conserving game is top-notch. Always select foods that cook quickly, like casseroles and one-pot meals. You can also consider serving no-cook foods to save on time and heat. Alternatively, try to get a camp stove, but ensure you use it in a safe place and away from the kids to prevent domestic accidents. Be careful of the fumes as well, they can be deadly. The third option is candle warmers. If there's no readily available source of heat, try to get devices using candle warmers such as fondue pots. Moving on, having a stockpile of food is one of the most important things to prepare during a blackout. You'll want to stock up on food that lasts long and is not perishable. Canned foods are going to be lifesavers, and in a blackout, they'll be the first things to fly off the shelves as everyone starts scrambling to stock up on canned food. Avoid cooking frozen foods unless you have plenty of heat available, as they need much more time and heat than canned items. If the power is out, keep the freezer door closed to prevent food from thawing. Commercial canned foods are safe to eat directly from the can, but avoid home canned vegetables unless you can boil them for at least 10 minutes before eating. Stock up on canned fruits, vegetables, beans, and soup, but don't forget about canned meat like tuna and chicken. You're also going to need rice, pasta, and lots of freeze-dried meals. These foods will provide you with all the nutrients you'll need, plus they can be stored for a long time and prepared easily. But don't forget to also stock up on pet food if you have any pets, and get snacks like cereal bars, crackers, and chocolate that can offer a quick energy source and are easy to store and consume during a power cut. Number 3. Heat sources. Unless you plan on turning into a popsicle, you're going to need a couple of ways to stay warm in a winter blackout. Staying warm in a winter blackout could save your life. Finding a way to keep warm is just as important as food or water. Forget about your fancy electric heater because it will be useless in a blackout, nothing more than a decoration. But there are other sources of heat and warmth you can get. If you have a fireplace, you're going to want to stock up on wood, and if you don't, you can invest in propane heaters. If you want one that's safe for indoor use, make sure you use it properly. You can also get thermal blankets and sleeping bags so you and your family can stay warm and cozy while the rest of the world freezes outside. And hand warmers or body warmers can keep your hands and feet from freezing. Number 4. First aid kit and medical supplies. Trust me, the last thing you want on your hand in a winter blackout is a medical emergency. Healthcare and emergency services will be inaccessible, and good luck trying to make it to a pharmacy or drugstore when all roads are covered in snow. If you want to survive a winter blackout, you need medical supplies. The first thing you're going to need is a first aid kit. You're going to want a fully stocked first aid kit with everything from bandages and wipes to tweezers, scissors, and syringes. Without a first aid kit, a minor cut, sprained ankle, or allergic reaction could become a major health crisis. You're also going to want to stock up on any essential prescription medications in case you have a medical condition. Medical supplies like insulin, antibiotics, and drugs for allergies may be hard to come by and expensive in a blackout. Number 5. Cooking alternatives. You're not going to be able to live off canned foods alone. Eventually, you and your family will crave a nice warm home-cooked meal, and with no electricity, you're going to want to prepare some alternative cooking methods. A propane camp stove will do the trick. You're going to want to get one and stock up on propane tanks, and of course, you're going to want to store them somewhere safe. You can also use camp stoves, portable grills, and charcoal heaters outside, as you don't want the fumes in your house. Get these and you'll be thanking me when you and your family are laughing together and enjoying a nice warm meal while your neighbors are munching on tasteless cold meals. Number 6. Entertainment. Imagine staying indoors for days at a time with no electricity, no going out to hang out with friends, no binge-watching your favorite shows, and no more scrolling for hours through social media. There's no doubt you would go insane from boredom and the lack of mental stimulation. If you're going to prepare thoroughly for a winter blackout, you're going to want to secure a lot of entertainment options for you and your family. You should think about board games, card games, puzzles, and books to keep your mind busy and entertained. Get creative, whatever it takes to keep you comfortable and entertained during the stress of the blackout. Entertainment activities will not only boost morale, but also bring you and your family closer together. Number 7. Water. Water is one resource you absolutely cannot do without, and in a winter blackout, you're going to need to prepare an abundant supply of it. Water pipes get frozen, and if you're using an electric pump or your city's water system uses electricity to treat and distribute water, then you can forget about running water. Trust me, you're not going to be able to go more than a day or two without water. The last thing you want when you're already stressed out in the middle of a winter blackout is to be battling with dehydration too. For your own good, you better stock up on bottled water or fill containers with water before a blackout hits. Just make sure you store the water properly somewhere cool. You can also try to get a manual pump for your wells to maintain a supply of water and get a water purification system to ensure your water supply is drinkable. And not just for drinking, you're going to need water for everything from bathing to cleaning and laundry. It's better to have too much water than not enough water. Number 8. Backup power source. Once a blackout hits, having an emergency backup power source for your home and rechargeable devices can make all the difference. Ask yourself, do you want to keep enjoying the comforts of modern civilization or try to adapt to life in the dark ages? If you want normalcy in your daily electric routine, try investing in a portable generator. It might seem like a big, unnecessary expense now that you're enjoying the comforts of electricity, but I bet you'll regret not having one when those blackouts hit. If you do get one, just make sure it's safely installed and far from your windows. You want to avoid any risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. Solar power stations are another great option. They're quiet and eco-friendly and will power up most of your household devices and electronics. And don't forget about power banks either. These guys can keep your phones charged and keep you connected with family, friends, and emergency services. They'll also help you stay updated with the latest news and information, which is important in a blackout. Number 9. Communication systems and devices. The last thing you want in a blackout is to be cut off from the rest of the world with no access to information or news updates. And you'll definitely want to stay in touch with your family and friends. You'll want to check up on each other, help those in trouble, keep each other informed, and maybe even share resources. Whatever your reasons, you'll definitely need ways to communicate, ways that aren't dependent on electricity. So if you're serious about preparing for a winter blackout, some hand cranks, solar radios, and walkie-talkies are essential. Trust me, you don't want to be cut off and isolated in a blizzard with no electricity and not enough resources. Number 10. Cleaning supplies and personal hygiene items. While you're preparing to survive a winter blackout, you're going to want to stock up on some extra cleaning and personal hygiene supplies. When you're forced to spend days on end at home, the last thing you'd want is your house smelling like a trash dump, right? I mean, just imagine your friends covering their noses when they come over to your well-prepped house. To prevent this from happening, ensure you stock up on supplies like soap, wet wipes, tissues, and waste bags to keep your home clean. But don't forget hand sanitizer, toothbrushes, toothpaste, skincare, and deodorant products to keep you and your family clean and comfortable. If you've made it to the end of our list, then congratulations. Now you're almost ready to not just survive the winter blackouts, but to remain as comfortable as possible while doing it. By preparing and stocking up these essential items, you'll be ready to face the winter blackout, staying safe, warm, and in control, even when the power goes out. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Turn on notifications so you stay updated and prepared. Stay safe. Until next time, thanks for watching.